Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tiffany, and this is the Not So Cowardly Lioness. Before I get going, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to my channel, and if you like what you're seeing so far, maybe give me a thumbs up, although it's a little weird to ask that at the beginning of the video. Still like to do it just in case. I am actually feeling halfway decent today, which is good because this week has been a little rough for me, mentally as well as physically. It actually started last week. Towards the end of last week, I got physically sick. Nauseated, I actually threw up a little bit. Sorry if that's TMI. I haven't thrown up in 20 years. That's not an exaggeration. I just don't throw up. I continued to feel sick over the weekend. It dawned on me that it wasn't just nerves, even though I was still stressed out, that it was probably something I was eating. I blamed a couple of different foods as I kept feeling nauseated, and it turns out that it was probably the cabbage I was eating. Last summer, when I was having all the horrible migraines, I felt nauseated the majority of 4 or 5 week period, maybe even longer than that. That was a different kind of nausea. This felt totally different. I've thrown away that cabbage. I have a different head of cabbage. If this cabbage makes me sick, well, then we'll have to figure out a different veggie for me to use, or I'm going to make sure to wash this one more thoroughly, because I'm not sure I washed the last one very thoroughly, but I do know that I rinsed it, short of doing soap and water. Never mind, won't go there. You there, BS? Are you standing guard? Last week was a rough week for me. Mentally, I was still processing what the eye doctor told me. When I hear news like that, I automatically start processing multiple possibilities. Probably the scariest possibilities, something's going to start in the center of my left eye as well, which makes me glad that the doctor prescribed eye drops that lower the pressure. So if it is the pressure going weird and causing my eyes to lose. That's the scariest one, really. I'm relatively certain that the most likely outcome for my eyes is the right eye was an anomaly, that something was already starting there. Even if I had started on eye drops 6 months ago, it probably would have gotten worse. Oh, BS is in the shot again. I didn't even realize that. Hello, BS. The grass is rather tall right now. The gardener hasn't been able to do anything for a couple of weeks. For longer than a couple of weeks. He normally comes every 2 weeks. So he hasn't been here this week or last week. I'm hoping he comes tomorrow. I think the big topic recently is the coronavirus, because even if you live in an area where it hasn't been diagnosed yet, I'm sure it's still having impacts on you. School closures, people not being able to work, small businesses not being able to open, doesn't directly impact me. The fact that the coronavirus is making people stock up on stuff is making it difficult to find healthier food. When our son decided to do the shopping last night, it was really appreciated, because now Pam didn't have to go to the store and I didn't have to go to the store. And there's fewer people coming in from the public to bring stuff into the house, because I'm also very worried about my mom. You know, that virus would be devastating to her. I just really don't like going out into public. It's like a social anxiety thing with me. I don't think I've ever been officially told that I have a social anxiety disorder. I think it's relatively easy to figure out. Every time I go into public, even before this virus, the anxiety would just build up in me, and it's not a fun feeling. BS. You don't want attention? Usually he misbehaves when he wants some sort of attention. Oh, now he's coming over now that I'm talking again. My good boy. Yeah. All in all, we're coping with the coronavirus well because we're just not going out in public as often as we did. You know, we're doing all the things. Oh, God, no. He's attacking my microphone wire. No, I don't want you to ruin it. Pam said she was sensitive to light. It made me worry. I am glad that she had her appointment. I'm glad that her scans and everything came out good. It's funny that her eye pressure is higher than mine. Her retinas have lost a little pigment, and short of that, her eyes are in good condition. She got new glasses for her reading and her crocheting, and she's excited about that, which makes me very happy about that, because she loves her crocheting. I have another appointment with the eye doctor 2 weeks from today. I believe it's only to check the pressure in my eyes, but since my brain was a little unsettled, I don't remember if he said he's going to do other scans or tests or not. I really do dislike having things like my eye issues stuck in my head, because it makes me more anxious than I need to be. I wasn't going to talk about this because this really isn't a big deal. It's something that's been stuck in my head this week only because it bolsters my imagination about something horrible going on. I'm making sure I'm doing the right finger. I'm not doing this finger. I'm doing my ring finger. And I want to show you the fingernail. What happened to my fingernail? What happened was I wasn't really paying attention, but this is the story. 2 days after I found out that the shadow in my central vision has moved up into my central vision and is really truly considered a blind spot now, I was getting something out of the fridge. I was grabbing something that was on the bottom shelf. I somehow rammed my ring finger into the bottom edge of the shelf above where I was reaching. It was a lack of paying attention. It was also in the blind spot. I'm picking grass. That is one of my nervous habits. I do that when I'm bored, when I'm anxious. If I'm sitting outside, I just start ripping grass up. Not pulling it out by the roots, but just breaking off the ends. On Wednesday, one of the days that I was feeling sick, it was our 33rd wedding anniversary. I've wound up being sick on more than one anniversary. Pam's wound up feeling sick on a couple of anniversaries. I think this is the first anniversary where we both felt crappy at the same time. We didn't even get our Taco Bell. We didn't do anything. We didn't even heat anything up in the microwave to share because we both felt bad. It's been well over half of my life, pretty much all of my adult life, and it is not growing old, and I still love her, and I'm looking forward to another, hopefully 50 years. We'll see. If you like what you're watching, please give me a thumbs up down there. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the bell so you get the reminders every time I post a video, and I do post every Monday. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will respond to your comments and questions. Until next week. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Eventually, birds. You know, I haven't thrown up in like 20 years. Like literally. Like seriously, like totally. Dad, blah, 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 you're blawing, you're talking too much. I have no clue where that train of thought derailed. I've said this 17 times. I believe it's on. And unfortunately, fam, nobody knows what cats think. I mean, let's be realistic about that.